Join us because we get your input throughout the show, and y'all have got some great stuff to say.
That's right. We'll see you in about 2.5 minutes.
Check, mic check. 1, 2, mic check. I don't know where. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check, mic check. They don't hear me through this one.
Just turn it, yeah. I don't see you moving either. You got that turned on?
Mic check, mic check. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check. Can you go down a little bit on the microphone? Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check. Okay. That dude that we talked to, is he the chief or what?
You're watching WEAR News, the Morning Current on WFGX.
Good morning. We are so glad you're here on the Morning Current, bright and early, 7 a.m. Welcome. I'm Laura Hussey.
And I'm Jared Willits. Many things to talk about throughout the morning, all our top stories and a lot of input from you. But first things first, Escambia County firefighters working out a fire this morning.
Right now they're at a home on West Fisher Street, and so is WEAR's Aria Circa joining us live from the scene. How are things looking out there, Aria?
Hey guys, yeah, I'm right here on West Fisher Street right now. The Escambia County Fire Department is just finishing up responding to a fire on a mobile home and also a camper. They say that it displaced 3 people in those 2 homes, so those 3 people, but there are no injuries reported as of right now. They're just finishing up. The fire is fully contained. The dispatch says that the fire came in around 6:15 this morning, and it was to this mobile home right around the corner right there, and also a camper where 3 people were living inside. We're also told by neighbors that there were animals also living with those people, so those animals are displaced and the people as well. I've been told that American Red Cross is assisting that family and those people right now, so hopefully they can get a home. That's all the information we have currently, so I'll go ahead and send it back to the station.
Well, let's talk about the shutdown. In just a couple of days, if it continues, and that does seem to be a bit more likely than not, it'll be the longest in history. And the president is now encouraging Republicans to change the rules in the Senate.
He wants them to allow Republicans to reopen the government with a simple majority. In that case, obviously, they wouldn't need any votes from Democrats. The stalemate on Capitol Hill continues, and of course, the main sticking point is extending tax credits for the Affordable Care Act.
Now, a federal judge has ordered the administration to start making food stamp payments today or partial payments by Wednesday. Now, the president responded on Truth Social, saying it's not legal to do so with emergency funds.
Here's the first quote. He wrote, "Our government lawyers do not think we have the legal authority to pay SNAP with certain monies we have available. And now 2 courts have issued conflicting opinions on what we can and cannot do. I do not want Americans to go hungry just because the radical Democrats refuse to do the right thing and reopen the government."
Here's another quote from the president. "If we are given the appropriate legal direction by the court, it will be my honor to provide the funding, just like I did with military and law enforcement pay. The Democrats should quit this charade where they hurt people for their own political reasons and immediately reopen the government. If you use SNAP benefits, call the Senate Democrats and tell them to reopen the government now."
And as a reminder, about 42 million Americans receive SNAP assistance.
More about the president returning to the big chair in 60 Minutes for the first time in about 5 years.
Now, this interview was also taped Friday, a year to the day since the president filed a lawsuit against 60 Minutes over that pre-election interview with 2024 Democratic presidential nominee Kamala Harris.
The president answered a lot of questions on things from tariffs to immigration to the shutdown. He stood firm, by the way, on his stance on the Democrats' demand to extend ACA subsidies.
Obamacare is terrible, and we can fix it with the Democrats. All they have to do is let the country open, and we'll fix it. I mean, the Republicans are voting almost unanimously to end it, and the Democrats keep voting against ending it.
It's very unfortunate that Donald Trump and Republicans have decided to weaponize hunger and withhold SNAP benefits.
The president also talked about immigration, tariffs, crime, and the economy. We've got more of that interview posted on our website, WEARTV.com. Scan that QR code. It will take you straight to that place.
We're going to have to change the name, I think, of Brooke Richardson. Normally it says Brooke Richardson, meteorologist, which is very true.
Absolutely.
But I think at least for a while it should say Brooke Richardson, Iron Man.
Yeah.
What an incredible accomplishment. If you didn't know, over the weekend, Brooke competed in the Ironman competition in Panama City. An incredible test of physical endurance, and she made it. Really nailed incredible times in every category. Brooke, we are so proud of you.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I really did everything. I really believed myself going into this race. I wrote down the times that I wanted to hit, and I ended up hitting all of them. So I was kind of in disbelief that happened. We are looking at some lovely weather today. We were seeing lovely weather for the race. I feel like that had a part to do with it. I know a lot of people having a great day over the weekend, and that's because it was perfect for a race. We're going to still be looking at some nice weather if you want to get out for a run. I know those cooler temperatures always feeling good for that run. It is going to warm up in the afternoon in the 60s, but still feeling pleasant. Now, if you are heading out to out and about, you will still want the jacket. It is going to be cool. We have that nice little breeze as well. Temperatures right now are in the 40s. We do have anywhere from the low to upper 40s, so it is going to depend on where you are. We had a little break with some 30s. That is warmed up now as that sun's getting a bit higher. Still cooler than yesterday by about 5 to 9 degrees. We will have your temperatures in the 60s by this afternoon. You can see that breeze anywhere from 5 to even 12 miles an hour coming in from the north. So a nice northerly flow, just keeping that cooler, drier air around. Your radar is looking dry. We are going to be seeing that lovely weather as you head through your day today. As you head out the door, temperatures are going to be warming up. We're going to start off in those 40s, getting into the 50s. Highs today anywhere from 65 to about 67 degrees. Heading into the evening, temperatures do start to fall. We'll get into those 50s as you head overnight.
At 7:06 here on the Morning Current, we offer a live shot of 110 near Brent Lane this morning. Light traffic moving smoothly there. So far this morning, no slowdowns.
It is 6 minutes after 7 o'clock. This is a great story. Transformation Church taking on $6.5 million in medical debt for thousands of people in Escambia County.
Those who had their medical debt taken care of didn't have to even attend the church. It's all based on how much debt someone might have and if they fall below the federal poverty level. Now, these people will start getting notices in the mail this week, 4,400 of them.
It's an incredible number. What they did is they partnered with a nonprofit called Undo Medical Debt. And typically what these groups do is they buy up, from debt aggregators and they negotiate it down. So the church was essentially able to take $40,000 from the church that they raised and turn it into $6.5 million of freedom for these people.
We already wrote the check to undo medical debt, and so yeah, that's the next step. So they receive it, they mail out the letters, and so 4,400 people in our city are going to get a letter that says, because of the generosity of these amazing people at Transformation Church or whatever, we're happy to tell you that your debt has been erased.
The church is hoping when people get that letter saying their medical debt has been paid off, they'll dig in to see who really is responsible.
Since we shared this story online, hundreds of comments have flooded in, most just thanking the church for the act of kindness and helping others. That would include Shannon, who said, wow, that's what we're supposed to be doing, people helping people.
Lorianne shared, hopefully other church organizations will do the same thing. Maybe a trend will emerge.
Now, Judy did ask a question, where does a church get that kind of money? So I hope we did explain that. They raised $40,000, but through negotiating and partnering with that nonprofit, they were able to pay off all those millions. Here
on The Morning Current, we love your participation in the show. You can do that any number of ways, including chime in pictures of what's going on in your world. You can text WEAR-TV to 95577. Easier still, just chime in on the WEAR website.
We're moving on to a frightening incident on a train in Great Britain, a stabbing attack. We've got details now on the arrest.
And the Dodgers winning the World Series, second time in a row. What it took to get the job done, and a tie to the city of Pensacola. It is Monday, of course.
I was just going to say that.
Do we need anything other than that to enjoy? Maybe this is a second or third cup or a coffee break. Please
Happy
join.
Monday.
A man charged in a stabbing attack on a train speeding through eastern England.
The suspect is 32-year-old Anthony Williams, who was charged overnight with attempted murder. The attack was Saturday evening. This train was traveling from Doncaster to London. About an hour into the journey, the attack happened.
Witnesses say people were covered in blood. They all started rushing down the train aisle, telling people to run. The train made an unscheduled stop. People got off and the police rushed in.
Yeah, they boarded that train within 8 minutes of the first emergency calls. Initially, 2 men were detained, one of them later released. Now the suspect, Anthony Williams, is a British citizen, also charged with attempted murder in a separate incident at another train station in London that happened earlier Saturday.
Police say there's nothing to suggest this is an act of terrorism, although the motive is unclear. 11 people injured, one with life-threatening injuries. He's a railway staff member who tried to stop the whole thing. Police are calling him a hero.
All right, the Los Angeles Dodgers back-to-back World Series champions after that winner-take-all Game 7 against the Toronto Blue Jays.
It lasted into early Sunday morning. Dodgers won 5-4 in an 11-inning classic. Dodgers are down 4-3 with one out in the top of the ninth when Miguel Rojas hit that solo home run to tie it up and send the game into extra innings.
And then at the top of the 11th, Dodgers catcher Will Smith also hitting a solo home run to seal the deal. This makes the Dodgers the first repeat champs since the 1998 through 2000 New York Yankees. It is their 9th national title, their 3rd in 6 years, and the Blue Jays were denied their first title since 1993.
Back to us for a second to Dodgers player Miguel Rojas, who tied the game, gave LA a shot to win. He's a former Blue Wahoo.
Woohoo, all right. Not just that, he was around for the inaugural opening night in 2012 here in Pensacola, so the Wahoos shared an old photo alongside his moment running the bases in Game 7.
Always knew, they say, that Miguel Rojas was going to do big things. Gotta love
Special
baseball.
shout out. Okay, we're going to get to some major shifts in the rankings after Week 10 of college football. The playoffs practically here. Miami saw their second loss to an unranked team this season, losing to SMU 20-26 in overtime. They got 12 calls from officials. It was brutal for them. Now, y'all had picked, 79% of you on the Pick Your Winner from Friday had picked Miami to win.
Florida falling to Georgia 24-20. The Gators now 3-5. Going to be hard. Earned trip to the postseason under interim coach Billy Gonzalez. The Pick Your Winner results, 71% favored Georgia.
And FSU ending their 4-game losing streak with a 42-7 win over Wake Forest. The Noles getting 421 yards, and 55% of you stuck with your team just like Brooke did, picking the Noles to win.
Auburn Tigers suffering a home.
I'll tell you what, it is a short lifespan these days for a college coach. After this loss, Auburn fired head coach Hugh Freeze.
Not so bad, though. He walks away with $15.4 million. He leaves Auburn with a 6-16 record in conference play. To be the 3rd time in 5 years the Tigers are in search of a new coach, for the moment, led by defensive coordinator DJ Durkin.
But it's kind of a bloodbath out there. 11 coaches have been fired so far this season. All told, universities owe about $185 million in contract buyouts. At least 2 other coaches with 8-figure buyouts are at risk of losing their jobs.
As we head into Week 11, the AP top remains unchanged. Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M, Alabama, and Georgia.
Miami dropping 8 spots to number 18. Tomorrow, the official college football playoff rankings will be released on ESPN at 7 p.m., so we'll have more to talk about.
And the hometown boys, the Argos, keep their perfect record alive after a win on the road against Delta State 51-38. UWF finished the game with 279 rushing yards, 189 passing. The Argos are off next weekend, returning to Penn Air Field November 15 to take on Valdosta State.
And not surprisingly, 91% of you favored UWF to win. Moving on to SEC women's soccer. Sorry, I was rolling right over you there, but this is going on right now in Escambia County.
I just get excited about the beautiful game happening at Ashton Brosnam Soccer Complex. Started yesterday, 12 teams in, last all week long. The championship game will be Sunday, November 9th. University of Oklahoma, University of Florida made debuts in the tournament. Short-lived, both are out after the first round. Oh well. Last year, about 7,000 fans attended. Expected biggest crowd this year, the 4th year of hosting the recently extended 2-year deal.
Specifically, the first round was yesterday. Teams are moving ahead to play in the quarterfinals tomorrow. So if you want to be part of it, Alabama is taking on Vanderbilt at 11:30. Georgia versus Kentucky at 2 p.m. Arkansas versus Mississippi State at 4:30. Tennessee versus LSU at 7 p.m. The best thing about the time change.
What?
Jared doesn't like the time change. Okay, so just like that. Okay, the best thing is for the first time in 6 months, the car clock is correct.
Yeah.
It's been saying 2 a.m. for the last 6 months when it was really 3.
See, mine did the opposite. It was telling me I was late for work by an hour as I was driving in. So I'm like, okay, now I got to change the clock. I don't like doing it. So
My car does it all by itself.
fancy.
Yeah, right. Okay.
You also have automatic wipers.
Yeah, we don't experience these things, Jared.
All right, let's talk about some rest of America. All right, daylight saving time poll results. 200 plus votes, 55% prefer daylight saving, 37 like good old-fashioned standard time, and 8% they don't care.
Thanks to everybody for taking part in our poll. You know, more and more people want to end daylight saving time. 10 states have put legislation in place that would make it just permanent, including Florida and Alabama. The sunshine would be permanent if I said that right.
Okay. Congressional approval must be is necessary. States just can't do it of their own accord. You got to get the approval from way up there in Washington. Well, they certainly know how to get things done up there.
That's the big no comment.
Oh no. With a poll, 54% of people are ready to do away with daylight savings times, and 40% people say they're in favor of keeping it around, and it's the lowest level in recorded history.
All right, so our local numbers kind of went along with that Gallup poll, and we want to know what you think. We are still taking your opinions, what you prefer. Daylight savings standard, it doesn't matter. Just check it all out on our website right now. The sunshine is in the wind.
I like when it gets light early, but that's also because we're waking up early.
Exactly. It works for us.
It works for us, so that's why, you know, we
and
like
it's
it.
pretty out there.
It
oh
is
my
pretty.
gosh.
Okay, so me and Brian went out to see the sunset yesterday, and because it got dark earlier, so I was able to go see the sunset, and we saw a sea turtle. I'm going to post the video of it, but you could see his little head pop up. It was the coolest experience. We're going to be looking at some beautiful weather out there today. Look at how crystal clear the water is. If you want to get out to the beach, you're going to be looking at some clear conditions, and we will be looking at the possibility of maybe you seeing some cool little marine life. Get out, enjoy it. It's local season, and it is looking gorgeous. We do have temperatures quite chilly this morning. Might be why we don't have too many people out enjoying the crystal clear waters. We do have temperatures starting off in the 40s right now. We're going to get into those 60s for your highs, and we do have your temperatures down anywhere from 5 to even 9 degrees. So it has been a nice little drop down this morning. We're going to be looking at your temperatures in those 60s for your highs today, but getting into those 70s as we head into tomorrow. So this is actually the coolest day of the week. Part of the reason has to do with this high pressure system. It's on the move. So right now it is to our west. Because of that, we're seeing that northerly flow. As it moves, we're going to be seeing more of an easterly flow than a southerly flow, and that's where we will start to see that moisture build in. We'll have some clouds building in, and that will allow our temperatures to feel slightly warmer, especially starting Wednesday. So it is going to be warming up for us. You can see as you go throughout your day today, we do have those nice, calm, sunny skies. Going into Tuesday looking nice and sunny. Wednesday we'll have a few more clouds. No rain really expected this week though. So even though you'll have those clouds starting to build in, it's not going to come with a rain chance. You will see your temperatures just looking a bit warmer heading into the middle to end of the week. Let's talk about the tropics now, because we do have quiet conditions now across the Atlantic Basin. We are getting into the last couple of weeks of hurricane season. We do not expect any tropical activity over the next 7 days. We'll continue to update you as we go throughout hurricane season, but as of now, things are looking nice and quiet out there. Let's talk about those coastal conditions. Sea-tone marine forecast. 1 foot for the Gulf. Winds are out of the north at about 10 knots for today. If you are heading out on the boat, should be a lovely one. Nice light chop on the bays. And as for our beach conditions, if you are going to head out to the beach, it is cool this morning. 67 for your afternoon. It is going to be calm surf. Yellow or green flags likely to fly as you go throughout your day. It should be looking perfect out there. Nice fall-like feel out there. 67 degrees for your high. Overnight tonight, temperatures dropping into the 40s, 70s for your high Tuesday. Wednesday, 77. We'll stay in the mid to upper 70s for your highs through the rest of the week. So this is actually the coolest part of your day, feeling more feeling more like Florida fall for the end of the week. It is still going to be nice with mostly sunny skies into your weekend. So weekend plans already. I know it's just Monday, but it is looking nice as we head into Saturday, Sunday.
She's just like Tony Stark. She is Iron Man. More on how it got done in just a second. This past Saturday, Brooke Richardson was running and biking and swimming for Ironman in Panama City, a 12-hour deal. At the very same time, I and Laura Hussey were sitting around my dining room table drinking beer, encouraging your performance.
I needed it.
We were toasting you, but here is the strong one. What an incredible feat. 12 plus hours, right?
Yeah, 12 hours and 33 minutes was my finish time, which was interesting because I wrote down, pacing wise, I was like, I think I'm going to finish around 12 hours and 50 minutes is what I did. But I was like, that doesn't include transition, so maybe 12 to 13 hours. But I finished 20 minutes before, what I thought I was going to do.
Matter of fact, you had a personal record, right, in your marathon time.
My marathon it's a 34-minute marathon PR, which is impressive if you do a marathon PR,
Yeah.
but to do it in an Ironman by 34 minutes, I want to see what I can do without an Ironman.
My gosh, because that was after you swam and after you biked like a gazillion miles.
Yeah.
And each individual goal, I think you just were within, just clicking them off. Boom,
Yeah,
boom, boom.
yeah. I mean, I had my dream numbers down, and I didn't want to share them because I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to hit them, but I have this thing. I really believe in myself all the time. I'm always like, I'm going to do this.
What's that like?
I don't know. But sometimes I go into races and I'm like, I'm going to do this, and I don't do it. But I was like, well, I believed in myself, so at least I have that.
Can I dip into the psychology of this just a little bit?
Yes.
Yeah.
You do something like that. It's a major achievement. And initially upon completion, exhilaration. And then there's like, well, now it's over.
Yeah.
All that training, all that hard work, and now it's over. Was there any of that kind of feeling?
I thought there would be because, this has been my life for 6 months.
Yeah.
Training for this race. I haven't felt that yet because I am actually going to just do like a little 4-week training still to just kind of like keep the fitness. I'm still going to be doing races.
I want you to hear what some of the viewers have had to say.
Yeah.
Can we jump to that real quick? Jeffrey said, so proud of you, Brooke. Let's hear it for number 1191. I mean, they were tracking you during the competition.
That includes Kenley, who shared Saturday. Go Brooke, she's almost done, pushing about 10 miles left, and she is Ironman.
Cheers for Brooke. All right, we have to get back to the rest of the world and the news. A powerful earthquake striking northern Afghanistan, where the death toll stands this morning as search efforts continue. All right, we have a major update in a case we first reported on back in August.
Shanna Gully has now been formally charged with homicide. She was originally arrested on an active warrant for domestic violence battery.
It all stems from an incident on August 18th. Timothy Prayer was found dead in a front yard at a home on Dogwood Drive. Deputies say a home nurse found him there with a stab wound to his chest.
Gully was Prayer's live-in girlfriend. We'll keep you updated as we learn more about this situation.
And to Afghanistan now, where at least 20 people are dead, hundreds injured, a powerful earthquake in the northern part of that country.
6.3 on the scale with a depth of 17 miles. More than 530 people reported as injured. Code Orange quake is what they call it, indicating mass casualties, extensive economic loss, and a national level response.
As you wake up this morning, all the hospitals in the region are on standby. 2 provinces at least are cut off from power, and videos on social media are showing a jolt that lasted upwards of 20 seconds.
The region is earthquake prone, as you may know. In August, an earthquake in eastern Afghanistan killed more than 2,000 people.
The ceasefire between Israel and Hamas is still on shaky ground, but there are reports of progress this morning.
The bodies of 2 Israeli defense soldiers returned yesterday, includes American-Israeli Omar Nutura, all 3 killed during the October 7th attack.
The bodies of 8 hostages are still believed to be in Gaza, and one of those possibly an American. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel says the ceasefire deal dictated that Hamas return all the remaining hostages.
In a statement, he said, "We will not compromise on this, and we'll spare no effort until we return all the hostages, every last one of them."
This morning, the head of the FDA's drug center has suddenly resigned after officials started reviewing what were described as some personal conduct concerns.
Dr. George Tidmarsh, named to the FDA in July, placed on leave Friday, resigned Sunday. The Office of General Counsel notified of serious concerns of personal conduct.
A former business associate had filed a lawsuit alleging false and defamatory statements during his time with the FDA. He's accused of using his position to pursue a long-standing personal vendetta against the Aurinia Pharmaceutical Company.
Posted to LinkedIn, he said one of the products have not been shown to provide benefits. Unusual for an FDA regulator to single out a company or even a product, they say. Company stock went down 20%, took out over $350 million in shareholder value.
The government shutdown continues this morning, and there are continuing concerns, really. We've been talking about this for at least a week, about military commissaries staying open.
The experts say that if it doesn't end soon, the shelves will start to look a little bare in just a few weeks, and closures could start, they say, at the 5th of December.
So last week when we first brought it up, we asked, where do you shop for the lowest prices? The results were interesting. We got about 100 votes. Nearly half of you say, yeah, you shop at the commissary. Walmart was in second with 24% of the vote, then Aldi, Winn-Dixie, Publix, dollar stores, and others got a handful of votes.
Speaking of the government shutdown, you know this. We broke it Friday. The Blue Angels Homecoming Air Show officially now canceled. Yes, thanks to the government shutdown.
You may have been talking about this over the weekend because NAS Pensacola sent out the announcement Friday. The commanding officer, Captain Chandra Newman, says the decision came after organizers considered all the financial requirements of putting on the event.
We have a statement from the Blues, and I quote, "Our city's deep connection to NAS Pensacola and the Blue Angels remains. We will continue to honor and support our military community and the vital role it plays in shaping Pensacola's identity."
The Blues draw hundreds of thousands of visitors each year, the NAS Homecoming Show and the Beach Show. The Beach Show specifically boasted 250,000 attendees last time and $2.5 million in economic impact.
For the Homecoming Air Show, if you bought a premium seating ticket, that'll be refunded. The only other time the air show was canceled was in 2020, and you remember that, a little something we call the pandemic.
As you would expect, the cancellation drawing a lot of attention on social media, nearly 700 comments since we posted this on Friday, and many people are upset about the show being canceled.
John writes, sad for all the kids that'll miss seeing their heroes and lose the opportunity to be inspired to fly and serve our nation. Sad to lose all that revenue to our city and county.
Darla said, thanks. Airfare bought, accommodations paid for, and rental car. This is frustrating.
Others not overly concerned. That includes Bruce, who says, sad, but life goes on. The locals will watch them practice in the summer, and then the summer show rolls around again. Hopefully the government will be open by July.
Whew, all right. Let's just take a break from all that. It is 7:33. Brooke, it looks so pretty behind you, but just a spoiler alert for everybody who hasn't stuck their nose out the door. It is chilly out there this morning.
Yeah, it's chilly out there this morning. It's one of those days where the air is going to be much cooler than the water. Right now we do have water temperatures around 75 degrees, so it's going to be warmer in the Gulf as we are looking out and about. We are going to need the jackets. Temperatures this afternoon will get into the 60s, so it is going to warm up for you. We do have 46 degrees in Milton right now, 49 in Pensacola, 48 in Navarre, 45 Gulf Shore. So we do have that cooler weather. Temperatures have dropped since yesterday, so you're not going to be looking at those temperatures like yesterday. It's going to be a little bit cooler, anywhere from 4 to even 9 degrees below what we were seeing. Now we will see a warm up for the rest of the week. This is your coolest day of the week, so we do have to get through today before we see a little more of that Florida fall. We do have our winds anywhere from 5 to 13 miles an hour coming in from the north, so nice northerly breeze. Heading into your afternoon, temperatures are going to be warming into those 60s. It does come with some sunshine, so it's going to be looking nice and sunny. It's just going to feel like full fall. Now, as you head into tonight, we will have temperatures dropping again back into the 50s and 40s, so it is going to be another chilly morning as you wake up tomorrow.
Let's get a live look at everyone's favorite bridge. We call it the 3 Mile. I wonder why. Light traffic and no issues there or anywhere this morning.
This is so cool. Some local tennis enthusiasts deserve a huge congratulations this morning.
The 55 and over 7.0 USTA tennis team from Roger Scott in Pensacola took what? Third place in the national championships.
There they are. This is yesterday in Scottsdale, Arizona. The team captained by Jackie Wallace. Congrats to all of you. Fantastic.
On the way, this is fascinating, is it not? Former Prince Andrew moving out of his royal accommodations in something of a royal exile. We'll have the details.
And Tesla CEO Elon Musk teasing a new product, a flying car.
No.
He's not even kidding. We'll hear what he has to say.
I'll put a down payment on that right now. But before then, I'll enjoy. Will you enjoy with me?
I will. I'm coffee cheers to Elon. I want a flying
no
car.
kidding.
Yeah.
Join us for a coffee break. The artist, formerly known as Prince Andrew, is headed into exile. Had to be done. Had to be done.
Good one. Yes, here's what we know about what a princely exile looks like. He will be headed to the remote and private estate of King Charles III in Sandringham in eastern England. They go there to ride horses a bit. The Queen likes it. He is being forced to move out of the 30-room royal lodge on the grounds of Windsor Castle.
Of course, he is disgraced over his friendship and more with Jeffrey Epstein. He denies all the claims. Also losing his last military title at the King's request. He's no longer the honorary Vice Admiral of the Royal Navy.
Yeah, he won't be slumming it though. Sandringham Estate is amid parks, gardens, and farmland 110 miles north of London. And it was a favorite place of the Queen, like you were saying.
Yeah, but it's not an official royal residence. They're like drawing those lines. It's not owned by the state. The King is paying for Andrew to move, and he's also going to provide an annual stipend from his own resources, of course. No British taxpayer money will be involved.
Exile doesn't sound that bad.
I feel like Brooke and I are signing up for exile next week.
Yeah, there are a number of properties on the estate. He can choose the Park House, the birthplace and childhood home of Princess Diana, by the way. I am curious, though, is he now a commoner?
More to come, because we have flying cars to talk about. Elon Musk teasing a flying car from Tesla.
He was on Joe Rogan's show the other day, talked about a prototype for the Tesla Roadster. He says the demo of this will be unforgettable, whether it works or it doesn't.
Yeah, when Elon says unforgettable, I'm pretty much planning on unforgettable.
I see, Rogan did push for details, and he says he can't wait to unveil. He can't unveil before the unveil is what he said.
This sounds so Elon. He also says the Roadster prototype could be unveiled in just a couple of months, and says the technology is crazy.
He says we need to make sure it works. My question is, what is the difference between a flying car and a plane?
Not a lot.
I think
the flying car can also travel on the roadways. I think that is the significant difference.
Okay. Well, so can planes if you drive it.
Yeah, but you have to clear
but it's against the rules.
Is it just a car-shaped plane?
Well, I think it's more like drones with the fans.
I think it's like an Osprey where it could have the vertical takeoff, like.
Why don't we just wait?
I'll ask Elon
and find out.
See these stories and more on our YouTube channel whenever Elon is ready. We've got our top local and national YouTube shorts and the Morning Minute. Search WEAR News on YouTube.
Terrifying isn't quite the word for this, but we'll talk about it. Two young girls at a festival in Louisiana, they fell from the Ferris wheel. How that happened, on the way.
2 young girls are in the hospital this morning after falling from a Ferris wheel at a festival in Louisiana.
A real live nightmare happened about noon Saturday at the Harvest Festival in New Roads, Louisiana, 40 miles northwest of Baton Rouge. Both girls under 13.
One of those girls had to be airlifted to the hospital this morning. Their conditions have not been released, but reports are they're expected to survive.
Witnesses told ABC News that it looked like the bucket got caught on some wires and tipped upside down, dumping the girls out. Sheriff said video suggests a mechanical failure and the mechanism holding the girls in their seats may be to blame. Witnesses said it appeared one girl fell face down.
Oh my gosh, it's so scary. They did inspect all the rides at the festival afterward, and the fire marshal is investigating, so we will keep you advised of what they finally decide.
Another close call. The NTSB looking at this one at a U.S. airport, this time in Ohio.
What they're calling a loss of separation event. It happened October 29th near the Cleveland Hopkins International Airport between an inbound Southwest Airlines Boeing 737 and a medical helicopter.
As you might expect, loss of separation is when two aircraft come closer together than the minimum safe distance, and that's all the information they've released so far.
The FAA did make a post on Friday. They said things are safe despite the government's shutdown. They did say nearly 13,000 air traffic controllers have been working without pay now for all this time, and their call-outs are surging.
Nearly 80% of air traffic controllers are absent in New York area airports. The FAA says safety will never be compromised. Flow of air traffic will be reduced if needed over the staffing shortages.
One of the greatest things I've been watching the Facebook stream this morning, Brooke, is how many people were pulling for you.
Yeah.
I've just so many messages of congratulations. Thanks you guys for keeping those coming on social media. They're awesome.
Yeah, and I really did feel all the love. And I know a lot of people the night before I was saying, like, I'm going to be tracking you. So it was, I felt the love, you know, from afar. I know there was a lot of people in my triathlon clubs and my friends, they were there. So I saw a lot of people out there. And I was just, you know, overwhelmed.
Oh my gosh, look
disbelief.
at that. I know.
A fairly exclusive club. You now are an official member, right?
Yeah. You know, I forget the percentage. It's a very low percent of people that have completed an Ironman, but yeah, it was amazing.
Amazing.
Do you have the proper bumper sticker for your car?
I did. I put it on yesterday. I told Brian, I was like, did you see my car's little sticker? Because he like went and got me food because I was like, you know, kind of milking it a bit. I was like, I'm on the couch.
Oh,
so he got me some sushi.
You are absolutely glowing this morning.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, you couldn't have asked for better weather. I know a lot of people out there were having amazing days, just like me, and it has partly to do with, I mean, perfect conditions temperature-wise, perfect water conditions, and we're seeing that gorgeous weather right now as well. If you want to head out and about and just enjoy this beautiful morning, it is chilly, so you want the jacket, but once you are properly insulated, you're going to be looking at a lovely morning. We will be warming up into the 60s by the afternoon as well, so not going to be quite as chilly for too long. You can see we do have calm, clear conditions on the Gulf. Temperatures 40s, a few 50s starting to pop up now, about 50 in Fairhope, 51 in Destin, 48 in Fort Walton Beach. Temperatures have dropped a bit this morning, anywhere from 5 to even 7 degrees, even 9 degrees lower than yesterday. So it is a drop down. Temperatures will be in the upper 60s for your highs today. After today, it's actually going to be a bit warmer starting tomorrow afternoon. So that's all has to do with our high pressure system that's going to be moving. It is still going to feel like fall. We'll just feel a little more like Florida fall for the end of the week. That does just mean 70s for those highs. It is partially to do with that humidity that's going to be building out. We do have that very dry weather that we're feeling today. We'll see it tomorrow as well. Humidity increases Wednesday. We'll be looking at a little more of that muggy, humid air for Friday, Saturday. It's not going to be too warm with this, but you'll just notice it's going to feel a little different by the end of the week. It's also going to allow some clouds to move in. Very dry skies for today. Nice and sunny weather today. Sunny for Tuesday. Heading into Wednesday, we'll have the clouds moving in, and then we will be looking at just some partially cloudy skies heading from Wednesday all the way into the weekend. As for tropical activity, it's not looking active right now. We do have some calm conditions over the next 7 days. We'll continue to watch it for you as we head throughout the rest of hurricane season. Does end in a couple of weeks, and last day of hurricane season is November 30th. As of right now, things are looking calm, so that's some good news for us. Sea-to marine forecast, 1 foot for the Gulf. Winds out of the north at about 10 knots for today, and we are looking at our yellow flags flying with a good chance we could see either yellow or green flags a bit later on today. Now let's look at your week ahead. Feeling like fall today. We'll see 67 77 degrees for your high. If you have a cute fall sweater, might be the good day to wear it, because as you get into Wednesday, Thursday, those upper 70s not going to feel too good in a sweater. You'll start off cool, but you'll warm up. We'll be in those upper 70s as you head into the end of the week and the weekend. It's still going to feel pleasant out there. We're just not going to be quite as cool as we'll see today. Not expecting any rain going forward all the way through Sunday. It's looking at some very dry conditions, so 0% chance of rain through Sunday. Not looking at that rain forecast, at least for the next week.
It's November and time for the holidays. Are you decorating for Thanksgiving or going straight to Christmas? Oh, we'll have some numbers on the way.
All right, y'all, AJ counted it up for us. It is
What?
52 days till Christmas and 24 days till Thanksgiving, if you care about either one. I personally care a lot about Thanksgiving. You do too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Thanksgiving gets ripped off every year because it's like Halloween, Christmas.
Yeah. Before Halloween, I was walking through, what store was I walking through? I forget, but they had taken on all the Halloween stuff. It was October 29th, and all the Christmas stuff was out.
Yeah, a lot of businesses are doing that around the area. It's happening.
And I will mention one of my favorite radio stations, Pensacola Playlist 94.5. I love the music. I love the lady who does your VO work. She's so good. She really is. But they've switched to Christmas music over the weekend, and I'm sorry. Well, I love you guys. I do.
No,
but I got to wait a little while before I listen into the Christmas tunes.
Let's bring in AJ, our executive producer, because you know, with a young family, you probably end up needing to decorate for all the holidays. What are your thoughts?
Yes, we drove in from Memphis yesterday, and we drove through, when we got home, through Bruton, and we noticed Christmas lights were up there. They have these giant Christmas ornaments stacked up in an intersection, and we were like, oh my goodness, it really is happening. I've noticed it at all the stores. All the Christmas stuff is out. The kids like Christmas. This is one thing though. I have no problem with decorating for Christmas early. Go do it now if you want to. I like to get a live Christmas tree, so it's kind of not safe to get it too soon. Yeah. So for me, day after Thanksgiving is when the tree goes up at least, but everything else is free game. But we want to know what everybody else thinks, so we have a poll up on our website, and we want to know what exactly are you even decorating for? Is it Thanksgiving? Is it Christmas? Are you in the crowd that's your tree's been up for a minute? Let us know, and we're going to come back tomorrow and check out the results.
All right, good stuff. 50-50 right now, so your vote does matter.
Yeah.
Brief conversation last night. My wife said, I'm buying a new Christmas tree. And I said, honey, we have 2. She said, that's nice. We move on. And we move on here on the Morning Current. We'll be right back.
We are looking at some nice weather out there this morning. It's just chilly, so make sure you do have the jacket. Temperature will be around 40s and 50s as you are waking up. We'll get into the 60s for this afternoon, 70s tomorrow, so a little bit warmer, 77 for Wednesday, so we'll start to warm up above average heading into the end of the week and the weekend. Overall this week, fairly calm pattern. We're not expecting any rain. We'll just have a few more clouds starting to move in by Wednesday as we have just a touch more humidity building in. But besides that, keeping about a 0% chance of rain all the way through Sunday, so that dry weather does look like it continues.
All right, before we get out of here, we're getting reports of what appears to be a fuel truck may have overturned near the SEPCO at Pace and Fairfield, so certainly be careful if you're around that area.
Thank you for spending your time with us on the Morning Current. Love to see you again tomorrow morning right here at 7 o'clock.